let's talk about mindset, right? It sounds like you have a very bulletproof mindset now. What was that like for you? Like, were there any specific moments in your life or things you learned or books you've read that kind of have shaped your mindset to this day? Because I do think that's where a lot of this stuff starts, right? A lot of men have this negative self-talk, this self-destructive mindset, and it really hinders them from taking action or really getting to their potential.
Yeah, I saw it firsthand with my father and the way he lived his life. It was no matter what you want to do, you can do it. You just have to work very, very, very hard. If you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to set goals, then you will achieve that goal. And so the lesson there is that self-belief is linked with working hard. Like, so most people do not work hard because they don't think they could accomplish it anyway. Why would you work hard to build $1 million a year business if deep down you're like, this is not gonna work? You're gonna half-ass it. You're gonna pretend, but it's not gonna be real. If you know deep down, if I put in the work, I'm absolutely gonna achieve this goal, then you will work like no one else and you'll follow through. And so it's important to develop that self-belief. And how you develop that self-belief is, maybe right now you can only do 10 push-ups. Now get to 15, now get to 20, now get to 10 pull-ups. Now work on these little fitness feats, progress in fitness. Then set some goals, I'm gonna wake up earlier. I'm gonna work on this for 2. Just start to say you're gonna do something, follow through. Set a goal, knock it down. When you do this constantly, but this becomes your life, you develop this insane self-belief, and then you can set bigger and bigger and bigger goals. I think, one of the mistakes that people make is they're not doing anything and they set some crazy goal and they don't have that self-belief, so they regress. Like, you want to create those big, big, big goals when you have more and more self-belief. But that's really the key. But yeah, the way my father lived his life was very much impressed on me. And it was very much like, I'm going to build something amazing. I'm going to work harder than anyone else. And, I know when he was very, very young, he had huge, huge goals, and he just kind of followed through.
Yep.
And it was always, and the main thing as well is that, like, you're always taking a responsibility. The easiest way you break a winning mindset is by taking away responsibility and be like, oh, it was this fault, or, oh, the conditions weren't right. And, oh, you know what? The other guy got lucky. I got unlucky. I got, this and that. As soon, and this is what actually, Jordan Belfort said, which is actually quite a good quote, was that the story you tell yourself about why, about what's holding you back is exactly why, you won't be successful. So if you have a story, a victim story about why it's harder for you, why you can't do it, that is what's going to hold you back. So if you are going to become successful, you have to, no matter what, even if the cards are stacked against you, I don't care. If the cards are stacked against you, you have to just be like, this is in my control. This is my responsibility. And all of the most insane case studies of people becoming successful against all odds, no matter what the reason was, none of them use that as like, as an excuse. Oh, it's gonna be harder for me because X, Y, Z. I mean, look at Bruce Lee, right? He was an Asian actor. There was no leading Asian actor. There was no leading man role as an Asian actor. It was not a thing. In fact, there was massive prejudice against him because he was Asian. He got kicked off. He was very impressive that he got that role in Kato, the Green Hornet. He got that role, but he started to outshine. This is rule number 1 of 48 Laws of Power. He outshined the master. He got more attention and excitement than the leading actor, and they booed him off the show. And he got discouraged, but he's like, well, you know what? Like, I'm not going to be able to make movies here in America in the way I want to. So I'm gonna go back to Hong Kong. I'm gonna do some cool stuff and come back to America. And so you cannot use any sort of disadvantage you have to just take complete responsibility. Yes, you're gonna get discouraged. Yes, things can be hard, but you have to go back to the drawing board and come up with a plan of attack and not let that hold you back.